Hello everybody and welcome to Sailor Crafty's work in progress video of Neo Queen Serenity. That is my little Leon. He'll be co-hosting with me today. He is almost 7 months old already. Time really flies. Well, here I am wearing a mock-up of this gown. So what I did was I used a regular quick sew gown pattern with an empire waist. As you see here, it has a waistline right at the bust. And I just did a mock-up of muslin and some cotton fabric I had. It has a little bit of a train. There's two ways you can do the pattern, and this I wanted to do the one with the train. But yeah, it's a little loose fitting. So what you do when that happens, I have it inside out for a reason. It's easier to pin it and then take it in and then sew it and then just cut out the excess so that it will fit you better. So it's really good to do a mock-up before you use all the expensive fabric. So I really suggest it. Muslin is very cheap fabric that you can use. So here we have the seams. So I'm going to take in the seams at the sides. And then I wanted to do more of a mermaid waistline. This is kind of a more full gown that would go out, but Neo Queen Serenity in the anime photos has more of a mermaid waistline. So I would take this in, and I'd probably have a buddy help me while wearing it so I can get out of it easily. I'm going to take this all the way in until it hits my knee and then kind of curve it out. So I'm just going to do the two side seams and so bring it in at the knee so it's form-fitting to the knee and then flares out at the bottom. And I'll probably leave the train as is in the back, and that will be the shape. Now for fabrics, oops, I have the power cord plugged in. For fabrics, I have this for the bottom part of the gown. It's a lot of fabric, so it's like 5 yards of fabric, probably way more than I need. But on the pattern it says 5 yards. Yes, Leon, that's right. It's kind of a satiny fabric, but it's got a heavy drape to it. It's not as stiff as satin. I really liked how heavy it was, and I know that it will hang nicely once I get it all sewn in. So this is all from Hancock Fabrics because it's right down the street from where I live, so that's where I shop. And then next to that, we just have a regular, like a bridal lining. So you always want to do a lining with these nicer gowns to keep them, you know, cleaner, and so that any open, yes, any unfinished seams on the inside won't fray on what other underclothing you're wearing underneath. The lining really helps keep the dress nice. And then we have tons and tons of chiffon. I'm going to do a 1-layer overlay with chiffon, which is a sheer see-through fabric, and it will be gathered at the waist, so it'll have that nice gathered effect, and then it will drape and just kind of flow where it may. Then for the top, the bodice top, I wanted to, because that's not going to be covered with the overlay, so I got this kind of shiny satin. So it's a shinier material that will stand out nicely out of its own, and it's a little stiffer than the undergown part. And it will have some interfacing underneath. Then for the gold circles, oops, I'll just put that over there. The gold circles, I have a crepe back satin. I've always loved crepe back satin. I'm always drawn to it at the store, and it's got kind of a matte back but a shiny front. And it's not perfectly shiny, it's got kind of a texture to it, so it's kind of neat. It plays with the light just beautifully. So that's what I'm going to use for the gold rings. I'm going to back that with interfacing and kind of applique it and then attach it to the bodice. Alright, and then for notions and things, here's the pattern I used. It's the Quick Sew 3400. Like you can see, it's just a basic empire waist pattern, and I might do a little bolero at the top. I'm a little shy about showing my shoulders, and I usually do things that cover my shoulders. So I might make just a small little bolero to cover the shoulders, and luckily the pattern comes with that pattern also. Then I have my crown, which I am working on. It's made out of Warbler, and I've been filming everything I do with it, so I will do a tutorial later. I want to build it up a little bit with epoxy sculpt, just because it's kind of flat. I think it should have more 3D-ness to it, if that makes any sense. So I'm working on that. I bought jewels and things for that. Then on the bodice of the dress, we have these beads from Hancock. They're just a regular plastic bead, and I'm going to sew that onto the bodice in 2 rows. And then just for fun, I kind of got this trim to spice things up a little. I might add that trim as well underneath the beads or something, just for an extra touch. Yay! And a zipper. Zippers are useful things. Oh, this isn't the right zipper. I have an invisible zipper. This was for something else. Whatever. Then over here, a little item shelf, wig shelf. I got Sora and Phi and Lightning over here. I'll eventually do a Lightning video. This is my Sailor Moon wig. It is a big mess right now, but it has potential. It's an Arda wig crafted from 2 of their, they have pre-made buns. I think this is just the pigtail buns from the Chibi. I have the Chibi in color 081. And the pigtails are just super thick. So I think I'll cut one of the pigtails in half and just do it that way, because it's like a 10-pound wig. I don't want to wear 10 pounds on my head. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. This is just something that I kind of made up as I went. To do the circles, I used one of those compasses that you use in school that, you know, has the little pencil on one end and the needle on the other end. You open and close it. And I just kind of chose a size that made sense for me. And then drew some circles across a piece of paper. And this way I have a template for making those gold circles at the top of the gown. I want to be accurate to the anime as much as I can, and maybe embellish it a little further where I would like. So thank you for watching, and I promise to post a video when I'm all done. Thanks.